Assalamu alaikum and welcome to another episode of Suhoor Bites. I'm your host Osama, and today joined with my other sister, Wasan. I say my other as if I only have two. I have four sisters. Wasan is another sister. Wasan, how about you introduce yourself?
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Wasan Dorias. I am a industrial engineer by education, an immigration officer by day, and a real estate investment manager by night. So we,
And do you get any sleep ever?
um, rarely, but yeah, I mean, you got to do it, right?
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do, right?
Absolutely.
So, Wasan, on the topic, these Sahur bites, we usually talk about Ramadan. Uh, I want to ask you, so do you have any memories of Ramadan growing up?
Oh man, the main memory honestly is just being ready to just eat and devour all the food that's in front of us, you know? So that's really all the memory that I could think of. It's just during iftar time, the first thing that we do, break our fast with a date, have the soup, and just eat the food right away. That's basically what I can remember. It's delicious food, and we just can't wait for the clock to tick for it to be sunset.
And the soup is traditionally mom's shorbatadas or lentil soup, right? More
Absolutely,
often
yeah.
than not.
Yep.
Uh,
Usually it's
she
always
gave me some. Like this. I went to see her at the door just to give say Ramadan Kareem, and she gave me some of her lentil soup, so I
she
was able to
told
bring it home and share it with the family. I was so happy.
she told me she's like you guys were extremely happy. So
Yes.
yeah, she's oh my god, mom's food is just amazing.
Oh, it's incredible. So yeah, what about any Ramadan traditions that you have now, or is there like what foods do you make, or any other stories from Ramadan now?
Well, now my Ramadan has changed compared to how we used to go about it before. So, like my husband and I, we always try to we're both industrial engineers by education, so we always try to improve things. Industrial engineers basically we make things better, as simple as that, right? So we try to apply that in our day-to-day life as well. And one of the things that we do even during Ramadan is just to make like our Ramadan experience a lot better as well. So
Well, now I got to hear this. How is your Ramadan experience better? What can I learn from it?
well, something as simple as how we break our fast. So before, as I mentioned, we used to break our fast with a date to have soup and then eat, and then it takes us like a very long time before we pray because we're extremely full and tired. Nowadays, it's like we break our fast with a date. We have our soup, and right away we pray. And we did it in a way where it's like we prepare the food ahead of time, and but we don't cook it until like iftar time. This way, it kind of
Hmm.
like forces us to like go pray and then have the food ready and fresh, and it's delicious and hot, and yeah. So right
And you
after,
enjoy it more. Like I find that little pause for prayer. First of all, the prayer is actually harder to do when your stomach is full. It's harder to
you just
concentrate. It's more easy to forget.
yeah.
What sajda or rak'ah. What step of the prayer that you're in. So that much I agree with 100%. That's normally how we do it in mosques, right? Like usually in mosques, they serve you a little something, you get up and pray, and then after that, there's a meal for those who stay for the meal. Uh, I've tried to do that with my family to mixed results.
Mhm.
There's sometimes resistance. I guess it depends what's on the table.
Yeah,
So maybe preparing the food at iftar time might have been the better option. But like if there's something really really good, I'm gonna I hear a lot of pleading for can we eat first?
it's
And
very
I don't
tempting.
usually. It is.
Yeah, it's very tempting to want to just eat, and that's why like we just prepare it and we don't cook it, so it kind of like forces us to we have no choice but to pray, right? And as you said, you have a
Yeah.
lot more energy and you enjoy it a lot more. So
And you end up eating less if you do that, I find.
absolutely,
Like yeah, when you like sit down and start eating right away, you gorge yourselves.
yep,
Uh yeah, and that's why most people who don't do this end up gaining weight in Ramadan.
yeah.
Well, people like me and you are the few who lose weight in Ramadan.
But
Am I right?
that's the other thing, actually. It's not just a matter of when you eat it and how you eat it, but it's what you eat too. So we focus a lot on the types of food that we eat. So, um, you know, whether it's like reducing your meat intake or increasing the veggies, even protein. Like it doesn't always have to be. We usually associate protein with like meat, but protein can be found in so many other types of food, right? So
Hmm.
like lentil or beans, and it's so much more healthy, and it's easier on your body as well. So yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah. So there you have it, folks. My sister improved on iftar and Ramadan. The industrial engineer. It takes one. Uh, so that's it for this episode of Suhoor Bite. Thank you all for joining us. Salam alaikum and Ramadan Kareem.
Assalamualaikum. Thank you so much for having me.